Mr. Vasquez, my name is Sofia de la Torre. I'm in 7th block IB Computer Science HL, but I am not an IB. And so today I'm very excited to show you my disease diagnoser that I've been working on for the past few months. So first to start off, my success criteria when I was making this. My 5 success criteria was number 1, the machine can successfully read user input. Number 2, the user can add multiple symptoms. Number 3, the machine can provide a diagnosis. And number 4, the diagnosis is accurate as the database of which it is made of. So that means, if the 5 diseases are like strep, mono, COVID, etc., if you put in a sore throat and stuff like that, it's not going to give you some obscure disease that no one has ever heard of. It's going to give you strep throat, right? And last but not least, number 5, there are 5 or more possible diagnoses that the machine can provide. So those are my success criteria, and today in this video I'm going to be running through them and show that it works. Now, one thing that I want to improve for next time is that my GUI is actually connected to my code, because I did make a GUI, which I will show you right here. So here's my GUI. It's a little bit hard to see with the eyes, but here it is. We have the start button. Oops, sorry, it's a little bit big. And then we have like the text field right here where you can enter your diagnosis, right? Stuff like that. And then when you click here to get your diagnoses, it has like an exit button that closes the page. So my GUI works, but for some reason the code would not connect to the GUI. So for sure that's something in the future that my client wants improved and that I want improved as well. So for now, I did make the GUI, it just isn't connected to the code, so I'm going to be running it here on my main instead of on the GUI. So to start off with my very first success criteria, the machine can successfully read user input. So I'm going to start by running my main. And so right here it says, enter your symptoms, separate symptoms with a comma. So I'm going to go ahead and make it very simple, and I'm just going to put sore throat. And my code, if you go up a little bit, it shows that right here afterwards it was able to process sore throat. Next, my next success criteria was that the user can add multiple symptoms. So I will go ahead and rerun this right here. So I'm going to add this time sore throat. Let's do sore throat, headache. And I'm going to do something that's like, I don't think headache is part of my symptoms, but I'm going to add something that I know for sure is not part of the symptoms, so I'm going to add like pizza to make sure that my code will actually throw away the pizza and not have it like in the diagnosis. And so if you scroll up right here, it collected all 3 of them, and it had sore throat, headache doesn't exist. So there we go. So it was able to get the multiple symptoms. Okay, next but not least, the machine can provide a diagnosis, which we can see down here. You are most likely to have strep throat. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure the diagnosis is accurate as the database that it is made out of. So what we're going to do with this is on this little page right here, I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to go ahead and search up common symptoms of sore throat. And so it's going to give me a list of them. So right here, you have sore throat, difficulty swallowing, swollen lymph nodes, tonsils, and hoarse voice. So we're going to put in those symptoms into my disease diagnoser and see if they give me if they give me the disease strep throat. So we're going to go ahead and rerun this. So we're going to do sore throat. We'll do pain, difficulty swallowing, swollen lymph nodes, lymph nodes, there we go, swollen tonsils, and we'll do hoarse voice. So it go ahead and it diagnoses you are most likely to have strep throat, which, was accurate considering, we got the symptoms straight from the Google. Okay, cool. My last but not least success criteria is that there are 5 or more possible diagnoses that the machine can provide. So the 5 diseases that I programmed the code to do were diarrhea, mono, chickenpox, strep throat, and COVID-19 because those are some of the most common symptoms that people go into the doctor's office for. So I'm going to go ahead one by one, search up their symptoms on Google, and type them into my disease diagnoser to make sure that it gives the right disease. So first off, I already did strep throat, so I'm going to go ahead and do common symptoms of, we'll do diarrhea now. I always spelled diarrhea wrong. Diarrhea. There we go. Okay, so symptoms. I have loose stool, abdominal cramps, abdominal. Am I spelling there? Abdominal cramps. There we go. Cramps, abdominal pain, fever, bleeding, and dehydration. There we go. It says, you're most likely to have diarrhea. Perfect. It works off. Good. Okay, next we have chickenpox. Chickenpox. So we're going to go ahead, rerun this. So, okay, let's see. Do we have 3 symptoms of chickenpox? Okay. So you have fever. Oops. Loss of appetite. Headache, tiredness. Now, obviously, tiredness. Obviously, we have rash, which is obviously very common with chickenpox. You obviously have obviously a rash, and loss of appetite, low appetite. There we go. Okay, and it should say, there we go. You are most likely to have chickenpox. Okay, perfect. And then strep throat, we already did. And last but not least, COVID-19. COVID-19. I'm sorry, I keep typing all this stuff wrong. It's okay. I'll redo it. Okay. Now, COVID-19 symptoms. So we have fever, chills, cough. Did I spell it right? There. Yeah. Shortness of breath. Fatigue, low appetite, and sore throat, and yeah, okay, cool. And it should say, there we go, you are most likely to have COVID-19. So there we go, we ran through all of them. It diagnosed all of them correctly using the symptoms of COVID-19, the symptoms of diarrhea, all of those. So yeah, that was my code. That is my program. It was quite fun to code. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day.